walking down when you can slide.
What's with Canada? We got great big cities, but a lot of trees and rocks. Yeah, the winter's cold here. Wear 2 pairs of socks. There's half the world's fresh water to paddle your canoe or camp along the shore.
Welcome back to the channel. I'm Gerald, and this is Trekking with Taz. Today's video will take you on a 5-day, 4-night hike through the Moose River Valley and the Resplendent Creek Valley. One thing that has to be noted that this is not a trail, it is a route, so you won't find a bunch of trail markers. There are some, and you won't always find a trail, but there is trail there. So you have to be comfortable when the trail disappears to continue on down the valley. You can't get lost. It's really simple what direction you have to go, but you have to be comfortable with that fact. Another thing to note is do not take mountain weather patterns for granted, and do not take the water crossings for granted. Both of them can be extreme hazards at different points, and you will see on this trip where we run into that. We actually, in this first day, have a water crossing to do late in the day when the water levels are quite a bit higher, and it was right on the edge of being too high for me to cross anyway. As you watch this video, you will see some very beautiful country and some really interesting experiences that we happened onto as we were trying to get through this country. So, with no further ado, let's get on with the video.
Okay, we're heading back into the Moose River again with the hope of getting up into the Resplendent Valley. Hoping that's doable for us. Won't be taking a lot of video at the beginning as we did lots on the last trip, so be minimal video till we get into some new stuff. But here we go. We out Sunday night. This is Wednesday. 10 o'clock in the morning we're heading in. This spot dropping back down into the Moose Valley. Nice to be back. Beautiful little spot. So we'll carry on. We've got a long ways to go today. Okay, we're down on the river. Now we're going to start making some headway here because it's pretty flat, so we'll just keep moving on. Now this is a spot that we love, and those mountains at the head end of that valley, that's our plan, is to get up in them and see what they offer for us. Wow, can hardly wait. Working our way down this meadow along the river, and the views are pretty stunning. Today we got some reasonably clear sky. Very enjoyable. Yeah, we're at the top of the falls. We'll get a better view. Yeah. Another little view of the falls here. We'll go down below. This is the same falls we were at beginning of June that you'll see at the start of the film. I'll go down further and get a better picture. It's a little wet here, but that's the falls we were at the beginning of June. A little less water, but still plenty of water. This is all new to us. We're following the Resplendent now. About 4 or so kilometers up here. 4.5. We'll have to cross the Resplendent to get to that Resplendent horse camp and make a decision from there. Not sure what the crossing is going to be like. We'll find out when we get there. Maybe we won't be able to get across until tomorrow morning. Hard to say. There's a fair amount of water in there and it's fast, so we'll see. So we're about 12 kilometers down the trail, 11.5, 12, and this is what it looks like. Pretty good going. We're right down by the Resplendent, so not bad at all. Not sure what's ahead, but that's what we got now. Keep losing the trail here, but we've found that if we lose it and get back down to the creek, usually we pick it up soon again. But it's not really well well noted in this area. I have to do a little trail finding. So we've climbed a little embankment above the Resplendent here. It's getting a little wider because we do have to cross that at some point. I don't think we're that far away from it, maybe 1.5 kilometers or something at the place we got to cross. Not sure what that's going to look like. We'll find out when we get there, I guess. Back down on the Resplendent. Coming up to a bunch of gravel bars and stuff. Hopefully that's where the crossings is. Getting into the valley now. You can see the glaciers in the back end there. So, made some headway into this valley. We're down onto some gravel flats. Not sure where the crossing is going to be, but we're just following to see where other people made the crossing. I mean, the trail's got to end where they cross, and that'll be our hint that to figure out there. Still some water here. Could be fun. Beautiful piece of country we're getting into. Still haven't found out where they're crossing, but hopefully we figure that out soon because it can't be that much further. Then we can figure out what we're going to do from there. We think this is the crossing. This is definitely a camp. You can see horseshoes hanging. We haven't figured out just exactly where you cross. We're going to figure that out shortly. Mostly going to go have a big drink of water. Be thankful we made it this far. It's probably, I don't know, 16 or 17 kilometers to here, I think. After my track is put away, I have to look after. But that was a pretty decent morning. We come from way down the end of the valley down there, around the corner. And now we're way up here. There's all sorts of plans, but we have to cross one bridge at a time before we worry about what's next. But there's glaciers at the end of the valley that we would like to get to, and whether we can or not will depend on whether we can cross here or whether we just walk up the valley on this side. It's hard to say. Yeah, there's some glaciers up there. We want to get up into there, up in the head end of that valley. Okay, check's water out. Well, the day was a little hard on the feet, so I'm gonna have a little soak, and then I think we're gonna try and put some more kilometers on. Go up river, cross it, and then find some place to camp on the other side, because that's kind of where we want to be. At least we think we do. The water stayed straight out of the glacier, so it's should take the swelling down. Mark's over there testing the water. He's out there about halfway, I don't know. Pardon me? Up to his knees, that shouldn't be too bad. Gonna make her go for a cross in here. We'll see how it goes. Mark's gonna lead the way, and if it starts getting too deep for him, we know there's no point in going any further, because if it's too deep for him, it's way too deep for me. So see how this goes. Should know soon enough anyway. Well, what do you think?
There is the question.
Okay, Mark's going to give her a test here. He's just about 6'2", and I'm more like 5'6", so we'll see how this goes. Not looking good.
Just touching my crotch.
What do you think?
Yeah, you're good. Keep coming, I'm here. Keep coming. You're almost there. Yeah. Yeah. It's okay if you go downstream a bit. Go crisscross this way. Downstream crisscross. It's good. Crisscross down. And you're up on the sandbar. Yeah, crisscross down. It's good.
Be careful, Mark. My feet are trying to run away on me. I
Okay.
can't do what you're trying to tell me to do.
Okay.
I need to,
Yeah.
I need to keep them jammed into the bottom here.
2 more feet and you're going up.
Oh yeah, no, I'm feeling okay. I couldn't go where you want me to go.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just right at the middle of sketch.
Our crossing is done. And now we're heading up the valley and we're going to figure out where the trail is and what we're going to do once we get up this way. Everybody's safe, a little wet, but all good. We've come up about 1 kilometer from that horse camp from where we crossed. And just looking around at this valley looks like. No wonder I wanted to get in here. A little smoke, you know, a little hard to see, a little hazy, but you see it's very majestic. We're just trying to figure out, there's a trail goes up through that draw there, goes over, meets the GDT. We'd certainly like to check it out. And there's a lake up top there called Artemi. Was kind of the plan for today, but thinking now we're just going to find some place decent to camp and figure out where the trail is and look at some of that stuff for tomorrow, make a decision which one we want to do tomorrow. A little tough here, you can't see the bottom, so you don't even know how deep the water is till you step in it. Or looks like it's okay.
It's too deep.
Oh,
That's too deep right there.
okay.
It does go deep, but you need to kind of step.
Go for it. I'm coming. We've been bushwhacking for quite a bit. And there's the marks where the trail is. So, don't know if we should have crossed right here instead.
Looks easier.
Going back, maybe we will. But there's the trail markers. Don't know where the trail is, so looks like it might be on that side hill. Huh. Interesting. We're here. And this is where we're going to call it a night. Got about 18 3/4 kilometers in today. And a few creek crossings. We're just having a snack, and then we're going to set up our tents on this river flat here. And that's going to be it for day one. We're going to go for a little exploration walk, but we're not going to do anything more today. Well, here's our tents set up on this creek bottom here. That's where we're spending tonight. Could find worse places to stay. Look at the view. Look at that view. Every direction. There's no bad views. Even though we got trees there, looking behind the trees. Wonderful. Everything we... Well, she's the end of the night. End of the fairly long day for us. Some river crossings, blah, blah, blah. So we did just about 19 kilometers today, and camped here on the... down on the bar, down on this floodplain. Pretty nice down here, it's good enough. And tomorrow we're going to go try and find Artemy Lake. It was on our list, it was one of the ones we wanted to do. So we'll talk to you tomorrow. Good night.
Today is day 2 of our trek, but before we talk about it, let's talk a little bit about yesterday and what happened yesterday coming in, now that you've seen it. As you saw, our crossing of the Resplendent, the creek was quite high. Water rises substantially over the day, and this was late in the afternoon when we crossed it, and probably if it had been any higher, wouldn't have been able to make it. If at all possible, cross in the morning. You can always camp at 16 kilometer on the opposite side of the Resplendent. There's a nice campsite there with a pit toilet and all, and then cross in the morning. Some people probably wouldn't have an issue. Other people are going to find the water crossing late in the day pretty tough. Today we're going to hike up the southwest side of the Moose River. The GDT will be on the northeast side of the river. We're going to get up about 7 kilometers to a campsite, and then we're going to call it a day on that trek and move back out and get over to the Resplendent Valley. Getting over to the Resplendent is going to require some bushwhacking. There's no trail that direction. It's an obvious direction to head, but you're going to have to find your own route over there. And we will set up quite far down the valley to set ourselves up for some nice hikes the following day. In the meantime, sit back and enjoy day 2.
Yeah, it's morning of day 2. I don't know, 6:30. We're both up early, but we didn't get out of bed and went back to sleep. But beautiful morning. Soreness has subsided quite a bit from yesterday's walk, so plan today is to walk over to the GDT and have a look at that crossing, and then head back and go up to Artemis Lake up in the mountain. That's everything we got for the next 3 nights of 4 days. All packed up, tents, sleeping bags, the whole ball of wax. So it's time to move on, see a little more of the country. Are you ready to do this, Mark?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Yeah, beautiful spot where you were at last night, but time to find some more beauty. Okay, we got our backpacks on, and we're leaving this beautiful place for today. We're going to head over to the GDT on this trail, drop our packs at what we think or hope is a bit of a trail up to Artemis Lake, or a route, head over to the crossing on the Moose, and then we're going to come back, pick our packs up, and head up the mountain up to Artemis Lake. So here we are, we're off. One thing I will say is the trail from this side going over to the GDT at this point at least is it's a very nice trail, easy to follow. We'll see as we progress if it stays that way, but I think it will. So you don't need to be worried about this trail. There's quite a bit of muskeg along here that we're walking on in the horse trail, but all of a sudden there's all kinds of bridges coming up. Somebody has put a lot of time into building, so it's pretty cool. You know you're in the right place. You're not the least bit confused about where you are. There's some more over the muskeg. A lot of energy went into this. So we come down from the valley floor at the bottom of those mountains. So we've come up quite a ways. Oh, can I ever see a craggy peak back there? Wow, that's where we want to get to. Not sure if that's ROBSON or not. Hope you can see it at this. We've dumped our packs, left them on the side of the trail here. We're going to go find where the GDT joins us, and then we're going to come back, and hopefully we're going to get up into those mountains there to Artemis Lake. That's the plan at this point. So a little burn that we got to go through here. We're dropping down off of that ridge we were on where we left the packs, and we can see the moose already, so not sure where the crossing is, but for sure we're closing in on that already, so pretty nice. There it is down there. Loving this. We walked on a trail down to the Moose, and it looks like a pretty decent trail, so I think the horse people come down here and camp. It's enough flat spot and grass here to camp down here, so I think that's probably what they do when they get to this point. If they don't want to go any further, they come down and camp here. There's not going to be anybody else down here. It's pretty peaceful. Interesting though. Little doubt that this trail marker is showing you the direction to get up to Artemis Lake. There's a bit of a trail there. I mean, there's a lot of windfall on it and stuff, but there's a reason that it's there. They'll probably take the horses up to the edge and then walk up into the lake. So when we get back from going down to the GDT junction there, we'll go back up, grab our packs, and come down, and we'll go up this way, and we'll find out. Walking along a lazy section of the Moose. Expect that the GDT comes through that saddle or valley over there. So in the next kilometer we'll probably get to where the crossing is on the Moose. Almost feels like we're in Hawaii now. See us walking along the Moose. Big sandbar on the other side. Monster mountains. Oh, gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Yeah. Got another little wooden structure here. Not sure exactly where we're at, but out of doubt, it's perfect. Walking along the Moose is almost mesmerizing. It's the color's so nice, and you go from one sort of look to another, you know, from rocks to sandbars to big stones. You see the valleys in the background. Just really is a cool place. It needs more foot traffic. Coming back out to the Moose River. trail marker right there. Believing that probably the crossing for the GDT is somewhere close here, because that valley up there is without a doubt where they come through on the GDT, but we don't know yet. The markers continue on in this little piece of shoulder here that's on the river. So I'm not sure where the crossing is. You can see markers way down. We do know, or have been told, that there is a trail up the left side of the moose. So it may be marked now. It doesn't show in a lot of places, not a lot of bait on it. So now we're wondering, is that one going to where the crossing is, those signs, or is that about following the moose up the left side to the valley? Find out soon enough, I guess. See a lot of water coming down out of the valley there. I would assume crossings above that to eliminate that bit of water from causing extra depth. Interesting. So, no doubt the GTT goes in that direction, and we can see that behind us there's some trail markers showing the left-hand side of the moose that you can go up it. So we figure we've kind of found what we were looking for. We're not positive on that, but we're down here soaking our feet now before we head back and up that way, and then up into Artemy Lake, hopefully. We're continuing up our side of the moose, just on the recon. We're sure that's not where the cross to go to the GDT, but if you were so wanting to go up to ROBSON or Blueberry, or even all the way to Kakwa, you wouldn't have to cross the moose. There's nothing wrong with this trail on this side. No need to fight with deep water, fast water. So we'll go a little further. We're just looking to see what we can see, and then we'll head back. Nice little spot here. You see the glacier up in those mountains. We aren't going over there, but it's nice to see. Kind of miss it on the way in because you're going the other way. And the river's fairly calm here. It looks really deep, but it's fairly calm. We're not sure where the crossing is on it. We just keep looking and thinking that a lot of it doesn't look very good. So, not sure. Not sure if you can see it, but there's a waterfall that's kind of neat up there. We're going to walk out to it, but it's too much bushwhacking to get to it, and we've got a long day still in front of us. But pretty cool. Awful nice view here along the moose. So we're heading back downriver. Kind of don't notice it when you're coming up because you're going the other way and you don't look around behind you too often, but pretty nice. I think up a little boggy spots. I'm pretty sure it's a lot worse in the rain. They're not that long, thankfully. We made her back to our packs. We got 14.2 kilometers in so far. We're gonna have a little snack, and then it looks like it's about 4 kilometers up into the top of that mountain to the lake. Hoping that it's not too tough getting up there. It looks not too bad, so that's the plan after you get a little bit of a rest in. Okay, we're heading back down to the Resplendent Valley, and then we're going to head up into the head end of it instead. Climbing up the mountain at the heat of the day after all those kilometers, it just didn't sound too exciting. So decided we'll always wanted to get into the Resplendent. That was the whole goal here, so let's go put our time in there. No mountains to climb, and we'll be out of the burn, which wasn't really pleasant a lot of times. So we're off. We're back down on the floodplain, heading out, and we're hoping to make it up to the glacier, or up in that area, get a good look at the glacier. He's just hollering at me. There's a lake. I don't know if we have to avoid it or what. This is kind of crazy as we're heading up the valley. And I mean, there's no indication that people have been in here before, but here's an old cabin off the side of that lake in the timber. I'm guessing one time there was trapper work in this area, I guess. Find out when we get closer. Oh, here's the cabin. I'll have a little look inside. I don't know if there's enough light to see much, but we'll have a little look. See what there is. Third floor. Huh. It's not all that bad of shape. I don't know whether you can see anything on the GoPro, but it's not too bad. Really? Huh. See on the side of the cabin some of the old implements that are here, handmade, and it's pretty cool. Pretty cool find. No trail here where we're headed, but the going's pretty good. Down closer to the lake when we were there wasn't very good going, but this isn't bad for bushwhacking. This is really good. So hopefully we can get out of this timber and find a view out there and a place to camp. We popped out of the bush onto a little bit of a creek, flows out of here, and that's what we're trekking along now to try and get into the back end of the valley for a while anyway. And it's starting to break out in the open a little bit now. View of some of the mountains back in here. No idea exactly what we're going to do here, but we're in here now. That was the biggest part of it, was getting back here. So back here we are. We popped out onto a floodplain, so the walking is really good in this valley to get back into these big mountains. Probably not going to find an easier place to walk, especially tired. So no elevation, pretty gravelly, just nice walking. Could use it as an airstrip. We're just having a little break, but this is where we're getting to. We're going to go down near that timber to camp tonight, and then we'll do some hiking tomorrow. But you can see it's pretty nice in here. Kind of meets all our needs. Not sure the exact plan, but we're thinking probably at least the bottom of that waterfall down there. Don't know about going up the glacier. We'll have to see what that looks like when we get there, but try and get over to that waterfall and then up the Resplendent Valley. Working our way down here. Probably going to camp somewhere on the edge of that timber, and then tomorrow hike up into these valleys. Not sure what all that looks like. A lot more timber than we expected, so play it by ear a little bit, but pretty cool anyway. Hopefully we can get up in there. Well, we had a storm blow in, thunder, lightning, heavy rain. Just trying to get some supper ready, but oh, maybe it's going to quit right away. Let's hope so.
Easy.
Can you show me how you soak your feet in this water, please? Yeah, night's just about over on day 2. And covered a lot of kilometers today, a little over 21 I think. And tomorrow we're going to try and get up somewhere back in those mountains. Not sure what we can do back there. We'll find out when we get that way. There's no trails or no beta to tell us what to do, so we just got to go back there and do some walking around and see what works, see what we can figure out. Little snow cave up there. Getting dark. Just about bedtime. See your breath out here, it's cool. So, that's it for tonight. See you tomorrow.
Today is day 3 of our hike. Day 2 was pretty uneventful. Saw some beautiful country. Showed you a little bit about the trail and the muskeg that's out there. Just give you a general overlook of what you can do back in that country. And now we're going to get into some more fun stuff. Today we are heading up to the waterfall at the base of the Reef Glacier, and we're going to climb up that waterfall quite a ways close to the glacier. And just have a look around. We were hoping to make over to Resplendent, but the possibility of getting there across that water is not going to happen on this particular day. You will see on our return home that the water level has risen a couple of feet, and the little creek that we hopped across rocks on is now a very deep creek and a bit of a challenge to get across, and something to always remember as you're doing that. Okay, let's get on with the day and enjoy the beauty that's out there.
Well, good morning. It's good morning to day 3. We're just getting ready. We're going to pack down into that valley and see if we can access some of that beautiful country in there. Not sure what it's going to look like, but we've had breakfast, pretty much packed up, and ready to give it our best shot. It's a pretty nice day. We had a heavy thunder and rainstorm yesterday, but looking pretty good. Ready to find out. Oh, we're not that far from camp, but you can sure see what this country's opening up to look like. Wow. Further you get down here, like it's just unfolding as we go. It's opening up, and we can get back there, which is the hope. It's a pretty special piece of country back in there. Wow. So as we're coming down around the corner, I don't know, a kilometer down from camp, starting to see this other mountain a little better. That's where there's a glacier at the top, I forget the name of it, and there's a huge waterfall. It's one of the places we're trying to get to. We do have some water issues here to deal with. Not sure how that's going to work out yet, but it's looking nice. And in order to make it around here, we can't really go out across the water. It just keeps getting worse, so we're gonna do a little bushwhacking here along the edge on these rocks. Kind of a neat little piece of country here. See how this goes. So we bushwhacked for probably 10 minutes, something like that. Not too long, and it wasn't terrible. It was tough in places, but now we're going back down onto the floodplain. And not a lot of view here yet, but we kind of knew that. We got to bust through that timber down there, and then we should have a good view. But we're making good headway. We're probably a couple of kilometers from camp now. And we had it figured that the falls were around 3 kilometers, guessing 3.5. So as long as the going stays the way it is, we should make it. We've kind of walked ourselves into a canyon here. We're not sure exactly what our options are. We might have to go up above, get on the ridge line up here and walk the ridge line. Hard to say, but it looks like our only option. It looks like Mark's decided that too, so off we go. So we climbed up that ridge and we found a horse trail with some obvious cutting from the past year. So this is a pretty easy way to get in compared to some of the stuff we were doing. We'll follow it back out, even if it passes our camp, figure out where they went in the timber at, and we'll have some really good bait on how to access this country. We're dropping down now. We can hear the water. We think it's the creek out of that one glacier, and starting to get views down the Resplendent Valley. It's looking pretty special over there. So once we figure out our way through all this, it's going to be pretty cool. I think we got her. So that's the canyon that we went up and around and found the horse trail above and avoided. Now we're into the floodplain, and we're going to go back down onto it because the horse trail seemed to disappear. I don't know if we missed somewhere that they like to use, but we lost it, so we're going to go down here and get out where we can see and just keep making plans. We can always go back and refine the trail and see if we missed something. But now, got to be happy with what we get into. You see it pouring out into us. Right there. Wow. Our next plan, we don't know, but this is amazing. Here we are, down in the floodplain again. Resplendent over there. Not sure where we're going. That was part of our plan too. I don't know. We just kind of wander around here, I think. Pretty special. Now we're getting closer to the falls. And I just asked Mark because I'd forgotten the name of the glacier up top there. It's called Reef Glacier that feeds those falls. So, know a little more about it. Not sure if we'll make it all the way over there or not. There's a lot of complications in the terrain here, so we'll get over there and we'll see when we get there. Working our way up the creek. Gonna have to bushwhack again, but up in there is where we want to get to. See how this bushwhacking goes. Nope. Too slippery? We're looking at crossing here, but we're not sure if we can. Okay, I guess this is kind of where we got to here. Thinking we're going to end up having to go back into the bush, but we're making headway up the valley anyway, so carry on, see what happens. We're getting closer, in and out of the bush, looking for an easier route. Haven't really, well, this looks like this looks promising, finally. It's been kind of rugged, but this looks good. I think we'll make her. It's about, not too far from there anymore, but it ways. We're getting closer, finding some easier routes, but it's time for a little snack break. And we'll carry on. Getting substantially closer to those falls. It's a little marine up there. Should be there in a few minutes, 5 or 10 minutes, depending on what we got to do with these creeks. And we cross them back and forth on the small pieces, but some of them are just a little much for us. How cool is this? Lots of water coming down. Nice little canyon up there. Not sure where we're going to get to, but pretty cool. See it boiling down through the canyon here. You can only imagine what it must be like in the springtime. We're gonna head up. Mark saw a cave, thinks we can get to it, so we're gonna go see how that works out for us. But wow. Wow. Found his cave. There he is in there, getting out of the sun for a bit. Nice. Looks a little like you're on the moon going up here, but hasn't been too bad of going to get up here, so hopefully we get some great views up higher. View along the canyon, we're up above it now. You can see how the waterfall comes down through this canyon. We're going to keep going up to see how far we can get. We get a little bit higher. This gets cooler and cooler when we get up on that ridge, and then from there we'll figure out whether there's any sense of going further or not. It's been not too bad going to try and get there, that's for sure. Now we're moving in closer to those falls. Not sure just how close we'll be able to get, but we'll just keep heading in there, see how it works out. Definitely looks like there's a canyon in there, and that could be the end of it for us. We're both there. Hard to say. Big slabs here that we're crossing now. It's pretty interesting. Kind of like being up on the top of Baldy in a sense. Definitely a canyon there. We're going to climb around it. Mark's already started. Shouldn't be any problem climbing around, and then after that, that's probably the end of it for us. It's pretty impressive. Mark went down to the canyon. He's just coming back up. Chose to go this way. I wasn't sure what getting was like down there. Big old slot canyon up there. Pretty interesting. Just cresting the last little climb here to where we should be able to have a view. Getting there. Mark's already up there. I hear him raving, so I know it's good. Just got to catch up to him and see it. Whoa! Oh, there she is.
Made it right to the base. They want to clear a rock here too.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that weird?
It is. So yeah, there we are. Made it to those falls. Yeah, way back there is where we come from. Somewhere is way back there. So we're here now. Okay, we're gonna head up sort of to the base of the falls and touch the falls and say we've been here. As soon as you get closer, the temperature drops like 10 degrees. It's so nice. It was so hot. But this is perfect. Likely won't be able to hear me, but we're heading over to the bottom of the falls to say we made it there. And that'll be our day's trip. Mark's already there, but I gotta get there yet. Climbing up just a little further into the falls. Probably getting all sorts of water spray on the lens. Sorry about that, but that's nothing I can do. She's one thing to climb up here, which is another thing to find your way back down, because it was a little bit tricky. Probably should have left some sort of marker so that you could find it. Oh, this doesn't look bad. That's not bad. That's good. So look back down from the falls now, way up there a ways. Now we're on this moonscape, and then we'll get off of it, start dropping down to the valley floor, and then it'll be time to have a little lunch. We'd considered dropping into this valley over on the other side up top. It didn't look too bad. Thought it might be an easy way down. It's a straight gorge. I don't think it would have been much fun. So we'll just carry on the way we're going and hopefully find a better way down, because that one's not going to do it. Having a little Mr. Noodles, kind of where we come down off the falls. Just a little lunch, and then we're gonna start heading back, see if we can find the horse trail and chase it out, see where it comes to. It might save people a lot of trouble getting in here. We've hit another conundrum. The water has come up substantially since when we crossed this morning, and now we have to find ourselves a way across, and we're not doing so good yet. Not sure what we're going to do. Mark's gonna give this log a go. Hopefully the water's not too deep. We can get our poles down.
It's not too deep.
Oh, good. That's the big thing, is support. Okay, Mark made it. I'm going to shut mine off.
It's the first part sketchy, but it's shallow. But be careful because it gets deep as you come down. See, it starts getting deep. You got to sidestep almost. And just put your sticks on the log if you can. Sidestepping. Side to side like this. One on each side if you can, I don't know. Yeah, it gets deep there. There you go. Yeehaw!
Little sketch in the
It
middle.
was. Come on. TNT, it's always sketch.
There. Little sketch in the middle.
Little sketch.
Holy,
Now,
where?
thunder and lightning is just pouring. This creek, or one of the side creeks, rose 2 feet since this morning. So, yeah, heading into this territory, you gotta watch it. This would not be good going on those slippery slats up there.
No, that's where we were, is up there above the falls.
Well, we wouldn't have been able to do much if it was wet.
The way it is right
The
now,
weather just right.
it would have been crazy trying to come down off there. Thankfully, we're on our way home and we managed to find a crossing. It's crazy though. Yeah, we picked up that horse trail a ways back again and we're following it out. And man, if it just keeps doing what it looks like it's going to do, we might cut the whole corner off that wasn't much fun to bushwhack through. We will see. The horse trail didn't pan out. Got part way and then just disappeared. So we had to bushwhack, but we're now back out on the floodplain. Oh, and we're going to have a break. I like it. I can see Mark's tent way up in the corner there. So we're close to getting back. That was enough for today. Should be back there in probably 15 minutes or so, depending if we can make it through this floodplain without having to go up in the bush again. It was a good day. Got it where we wanted to go. And then further than we thought we'd be able to make it when we run into some of the bad stuff along the way. But we got there. We are home and we had a really bad storm. And I see that Mark's tent collapsed. Mine collapsed last night in the bad storm we had. And Mark restaked it and it stood up, but now it's his to come down. See that we're in for some nasty weather. We've had some earlier and we certainly have some more coming our way. We had a lot of lightning earlier and there's been some lightning down the valley, so we'll see what happens here, but just about guaranteed we're going to get some weather. It's just plain coming in. Doesn't matter how you look at it.
We're hanging on for life, folks.
You okay over there?
Yeah, tent peg came out. I'm just holding it all down.
I'm holding mine and I'm holding the bowl right now, but I'm going to come over as soon as it passes.
Well, a storm blew in, for sure. Blew down both tents. We both laid in our tents holding on to them. Mark's just hammering his. I just got mine down. They're just full of dust because it blew dust in because you had to unzip the inside of the tent so you could hold on to the outside of it.
Crazy.
It's crazy stuff. But it seems like the worst of it is blowing through, but the gusts, winds and gusts, it was torrential. I don't know, kind of like hurricane force almost.
Why is it the worst I've been in?
Yeah, worse for me. That's what we get for setting up in the open, I guess. We had looked for a place along the way that we could set up in the trees, but unfortunately it didn't happen. But yeah. Anyway, we're back up and at her, and yeah, the evening's coming to an end of day 3. Tomorrow we'll start heading out, go part way out, not sure how far, and set up a camp, and then Sunday will be the rest of the way out. And we learned lots about this piece of country, found some horse trails and did some bushwhacking, and yeah, kind of accomplished what we wanted to so far. So we'll talk to you in the morning. Good night.
Today is day 4 of our trek. Today we're going to start out. We're quite a ways back in the valley, so we're hoping to get out to, and we will make it out to about 6 kilometers from the trailhead. And from there on Sunday, we will have a short little jaunt out to the vehicle. Yesterday was a pretty fantastic day, but today we're looking to do a little research here. We found the horse trail yesterday. We went and did a little research on that this morning, and now we're going to follow that horse trail as far as we can, and we're going to find another crossing on the Resplendent, which is just more to put in the bucket for later for sure. Well, let's get on with it and see what the day has in store for us.
Good morning. It's day 4. Today is a moving day again. We're a long ways away from the vehicle, so we'll start hiking out from here and set up camp a little closer for going out Sunday morning. It's another beautiful morning after the storm last night. It's perfect for getting going. We're out this morning doing a little research before we pack up camp and leave, because we'd seen part of a horse trail on the way in, and well, there it's right in front of us. So we're going to use that horse trail to go out and see which way it takes us, so that we've got some more info on this valley and maybe some easier routes for people to come on. Well, camp is cleaned up, tents are down, saying goodbye to this valley. We're ready to move on. Loved it in here. I have lots of great information for anybody else who wants to try and get in here. We run out of time to try and get into that one other valley, but we think we we know what you have to do to get there. There's some challenges. So, gonna move on. We're gonna get part way out today, set up camp, and then back out to the vehicle tomorrow, and back to the other world. Talk to you later. So we're on our march out of here now. No idea how far we're gonna go today. We're just gonna make it leisurely. We just want to make our crossing. We're not sure what we're going to be up against at the crossing. If we're early enough and we can see the levels low up at where we were camped, so we're expecting lower level there in the river, but we're actually going to check out that horse trail, see where it crosses, and so we might be crossing in a totally different spot. Just a little more information to bring back home. Here we go. She's a beauty morning for this. The mountains look pretty cool just with that little bit of haze on them. We're heading down the valley to get some views from the other direction now. Certainly worth the time. Get back in here and the energy. We're back on the horse trail that we searched out this morning. Did a little recon, probably 2.5 kilometers out and 2.5 back, probably 5 kilometers, and find this because we want to see where it does lead to. We're really curious, and just so we don't have to go back the same way we come, now we have an option. Don't know how it'll turn out when we get to the Resplendent, but we'll deal with that when we get there and make plan B. We got lots of time, so this is cool. We're likely 3 kilometers from our camp. We're on this horse trail, and a couple places along the way you lose it a little bit. There's a water flat in there and they meander all different directions, but it's still a good trail, and certainly a lot easier way to get in than we went in. Although the way we went in wasn't horrible, but this is way easier. So if it proves out all the way to Resplendent, this is the route people should be using. Wish we had found this on the way for our first night. Mind you, we were checking everything out, but this is definitely the main horse camp. There's an expedition goes in every year, take you all through this country on horses. A little pricey, but this is pretty interesting anyway. So here's the campsite. If you're ever in here, it's certainly worth it to camp here. And as Mark pointed out, there's a trail here. Now we're not exactly sure about this, and we don't have time to check it out, but I can even see trail markers on it. So
This might be the continuation. We'll have to look.
they talk about biffies with a view. Well, here's one. There's a biffy with a view, and that's part of their campsite, is this this biffy here. So very interesting. Really good to know if you've had a tough day and you're looking for, you know, a decent camp. This is a great spot to camp, and you're looking over at Resplendent, and you can make a decision. Still, from here you can go over and carry on the Moose, or you can go this way, but it's a great place to camp. Far better than where we camped, although ours wasn't horrible. This is much better. As we're busting through the timber, we lost the horse trail back there at the camp, and just kind of trying to find our own way through on this beautiful moose swamp back here. Not what we were looking for, but something to look at. Well, we've been bushwhacking for a while since we lost the horse trail, but we're just about to break out into the floodplain here of the creek, and then we'll have to pick our way to where we're going to cross. Not sure what that's going to look like yet. We'll figure that out shortly, but here we are.
Head over
yeah, I guess we'll go down and see if there's a place to cross here somewhere. We're out on the floodplain here just looking for a couple of things. Where the horses went and the crossing of the creek, Resplendent Creek. We haven't found, kind of lost everything, but we think the horses probably go out around here and walk along the creek because it's not that far down there. There's a definite trail into that Haihuna campground, so that would be our guess, that they're going around the timber. They don't need to go in there with the horses. This is dry with the times of year they come in here. So now, if we can find some way across here, there's a horse camp. Maybe as a crow flies, maybe 1.5 kilometers or so this way. Otherwise, we got about a 3-kilometer loop to make it to where we crossed last time. So Mark's picked us a spot here, and that's what we think we're going to do. We're going to walk out to this gravel bar, and then over to that other gravel bar, and then across to that little hill up there. There's only one spot that looks kind of a little dicey, but we're gonna give it a go here. Just gonna have a rest, little drink, and I don't know, get some courage, I guess, eh, Mark?
I guess so.
Or get wet.
We'll get wet for sure.
We're doing a little recon here. We're out. This isn't bad, but we see deeper spots. See how that goes. I don't know how deep. Oh, you want to go have a look at that spot, or are you good? Anyway, we got into here. Okay, we're going to take this last little bit. See what it's like. Not too bad. Fast. For the short guy, it's only up to my knees. That's not so bad. Not so bad. Okay. That wasn't bad. Now. Okay, Mark found us across it here that looks real decent.
Yeah, we're good here.
Perfect. So we'll go back and get our packs, and we found a good crossing on this Resplendent. Okay, we're off. Recon's done. Water's above zero for sure. And we know there's only the one spot down there where it's a little bit fast and a little bit deep. And it's not horrible, so should be able to get across here reasonably easy. This is where it gets very fast and a little deeper. You see Mark's him is right up to his knees. For me, it's a little higher than that. It's not bad. Way better than where we crossed up the other end. And that's that. Now here's the next spot. A little bit of current here, but the depth isn't bad, so you can deal with the current. Whoa, hole there. Good call, only I can't see it. Okay.
Here comes Gerald. Past the hardest part there.
We're not on the horse trail anymore, but we're headed straight towards the horse camp. I'm sure that they use this spot too. There's just a lot of water we avoided coming through, but if everything keeps going like it's going, this is the route to get through from the horse camp up to Resplendent Valley for sure. Way simpler than the way we went the first time, and it's nice. And I missed these mountains on the way in because we went the other direction, and we're in such a hurry, I guess, to get to where we wanted to go that we missed some of this. But it's pretty neat in here. If it was open for hunting, it'd be a good little hunting spot. The direction we're going, the trailhead, a lot of smoke. I don't know if we got a fire started with the lightning. We had lightning last 2 nights, but I don't know if that's the case. But yeah, it's getting really smoky in here. It was good this morning. It's really coming in, you can smell it. Yeah, we're back at that camp, or pretty near. You see the hang pole there. But that was the one on the way up before we crossed the Resplendent. And we're back there. That was kind of our destination for lunch, and then we'll see how things go from there. So a little bit of work, but not too bad. The signs, that's where we found our way across, and we crossed over there going in, and then coming home we did what you saw already, and I think it was a better choice. I think it was easier direction as well, less garbage to go through. So anyway, time to go have some lunch. This is probably the last look we're gonna have for a while at the creek. Beautiful in here. So we had our lunch and we're just starting to head out, figure out where our camp spot for tonight is, make it a short out tomorrow to the vehicle. All in all, good day. So you can see where we have gone. We crossed here, and then you see that green mound in the middle. We went over that. If you were to go up to the left from it, you go up into that drop there. It's dark to me. We didn't do that, but we headed on down in the bottom of the valley there, and then there's a, just as far as you can see, that's where we went. There's a horse camp down there, and the GDT goes off to the right towards Jasper, just down in there. That's where we went the first day, and then we come back, circle around that mountain range there, went up that valley, and then up into Resplendent Valley, the head end of it, and spent that day. And then of course now we're on our way back down. Covered a lot of kilometers, and some beautiful country. We're above the canyon here, climbing up, and you can see the water's getting faster, sounding a little meaner till it hits the canyon down here, and that's where the waterfall is. And then it really has some momentum in it. But pretty fun little place. Lots to see all the time here, no matter where you go. So even on a 5-day hike, Mark's been cutting logs steadily on this trail. Not everything. Sight for sore eyes, the Moose River. Now we just have to find ourselves a place to camp, and we're there for the night. That'll be it, and I'm ready. to our final resting spot for this evening along the Moose River. That's going to be our view from the bedroom. Thankfully we made it here because I, for one, am almost done. Not much left in me. We did about 23 kilometers today, we think, somewhere around there. So big days every day, but I think we're gonna like where we're camped for the night. Tomorrow we're a little later in the day. We've had dinner now, and the sun is starting to set. I feel a little better now. We had a little bath in the river and soaked our feet and stuff. And so how was your day, Mark?
It was fabulous. We had a long day, but we made a lot of progress, more than we thought. And look at this view. I mean, yeah, it's great. So we made it. We did a lot of kilometers.
We did. Tomorrow we'll talk about it a little more.
Yeah.
Well, it's 8:30 at night, and we decided to crawl inside. The bugs come out all of a sudden, and we figure we donated enough these 5 days. We did our share, so we crawled into our tents just to look out at the mountains. I don't know if you can see with the GoPro, but got a good view. It's a little smoky up that way, but anyway, that's end of day 4. Tomorrow we're gonna walk out of here, and that'll be our trip. No serious anything went on. We had some sketchy situations. We'll talk about those later, but all in all, it was good. So we're gonna head off to bed here shortly.
Well, it's day 5, and there won't be a lot of action today. Today is a day for getting back to the vehicle and maybe doing a little exploring on the way home for some future treks. Thanks for coming along on my trek. I hope you enjoyed it, hope you got something from it, and hope you get out there and get to enjoy this valley yourself. Not sure where the next adventure will take us, but tune in and check us out. I'm sure it'll be someplace fun.
Yeah, it's morning of day 5. We got all our stuff out. Just get a little air on it, dry it out, and then we're gonna pack up, and that'll be the end of this trip. We head her home. Little smoky this morning again. Doesn't smell too bad. Last night in the middle of the night it was really strong smoke, but not all that bad now. We've put a lot of kilometers in. We're ready to go home and rest up for the next one. Cool, should be a nice walk out, not too hot. We're going out early enough today. Okay. Just getting ready to leave. head back to the vehicle, do our last trek out while it's still cool before it gets too hot. Tents are down, packs are packed up. Can hardly tell we were there, just kind of where our tent pads were. We walked around a bit, that's about it. We'll be off till the next time. Anybody who's watching this, come on in here. You won't be disappointed. The limit to what you can see is only the limit of how much you can physically take yourself. There are so many more options. We could have easily spent another week in here to check it all out. Don't know the body would want to be beat up as much as we were beating it up to do another week, but for sure there's those people that could day walk in as far as the horse camp, 16 kilometers. You could literally trail run it in. There's not much elevation up and down, a little bit here and there, but a few logs to go over. Mark cut quite a few, but you know, there's some more, but the horse people will be coming in soon and they'll be cutting some too. And yeah, you could literally run into that camp and back out if you're a trail runner without much problem. Okay, time to get on our way. Not a whole lot to talk about because we're on our way out and we've already seen that, but there's a nice little lake over there that we walked past. We did hear some animals moving around last night. Not sure what it was, couldn't see them. But yeah, just wander along here and up over that ridge and back down to the vehicle. Just nice to be moving along in the cool of the day here and having a nice clear day to see with, a little bit of smoke, but other than that, a good day so that you can relish the 5 days that we just spent back there. It's excellent. And we're climbing up out of the valley now, so just have one last sort of look around the Moose River Valley. Gonna miss ya. Whew. Mark can't help himself. Just cut a couple of big ones and threw them off the trail back there. Now he wants to do some more. They're a pain, but after all the kilometers we did, I'm surprised he still got that kind of energy. There it is. Good job. The tail end of our trip. We're just popping out here to the road. It was fantastic. Did at least 85 kilometers over the 5 days. So more than our share of exercise. Saw a whole pile of untouched country for sure for us and for most people because there's not much access to some of it. So but here we go. We're back in society. It seems a little weird to hear traffic now, but time to get down there. Closing out our hike here on the Moose River. 5 days. We figure 85 or more kilometers. Well, what do you think of it, Mark?
I think it's a fabulous hike. Anyone who's interested in backcountry, this is a lot of raw wilderness. Not too bad, but you can get, you know, as wild as you want to get off the trail. The Moose River, I mean, great way to hook up to the GDT and maybe back into Adolphus Lake if you want to take that way. And just a fabulous area to check out.
Oh, sketchy place to check too?
Oh, sketchy. There's sketchy places if you want them, that's for sure.
Well, it was fantastic. Great trip.
Yeah.
Later.